Awesome. See all of you guys here. So today, as you see the title, Chosen Ones, your biggest win is here now. So you can manifest pretty much anything you desire or anything you want. You know, what about the lottery, man? Can you win the lot? Can you manifest a lottery? You know, can you deliberately create something? Can you deliberately manifest? You know, contrary to popular belief, it has to do with reality. And today we're going to focus on a chapter in my book here. This is the guide that you can use to manifest a lottery. Yes, you can actually take your consciousness and win hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. Where do you hear that from? What is this possible? Yes, it's the biggest kept secret. It's the biggest hidden, whatever you want to call it, from humanity. It's this truth. So if this is your cup of tea, which I suspect it is, because if you're watching this, then you're tuned into the alignment of manifesting the lottery. This is only going to find you guys who are manifesting a lottery. So let me cover something in this book. By the way, this is the book. It's my journey when I won the lottery and I bought my dream car. And everything that I put in this book is my journey that happened on the way. So what I'm about to put to you, if it's happening to you, it's happening for you, and you're about to win. If you're someone that's manifesting the lottery. Now, let's get into it. Couple requirements when you're manifesting anything of abundance, money, anything, lottery, anything. Couple requirements you gotta have, okay? First requirement you have to understand is, thank you, Super Chat, Larry, $1.99. Set a budget. Play responsibly. It's very crucial. Here's why. You don't need a lot of money to manifest your win. Remember, you're creating it. You're not lucking it up. You're not oddsing it. You're not statistics. You're going in the universe and you're fixing things. Okay, I'm gonna put right place at the right time. I'm putting this ticket here, put myself over there. I'm gonna walk to this store in this amount of time, in this month, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be at the right place. That's what you're actually doing. You're orchestrating your manifestation. There's a big difference now. There's a big difference than just throwing it to the wind, throwing it to numbers, throwing the money at it, hoping. We're not doing any of that. We are deliberate creators. We are going into the universe and we're peering into the backdrop of quantum physics, and we're moving the particles, we're moving the synchronicities, we're moving the timing, we're placing the ticket, we're placing the draw, we're placing the numbers to line up. We're doing quick picks. We're letting the computer pick the tickets for us, and we're letting our higher self lead us to make the right combination come out. We are not lucking up anything. We're also going into the backdrop of the code. We're also seeing numbers that we resonate with, and if we like them, we bring them in and make them winning numbers. That's what you are doing. That's the truth, my friends. I mean, if you look around now, there's so many content out there about this topic. People have made YouTube channels on that now, showing winning and manifesting money, casino and lottery. It is no longer a game of chance. Science now has shown, or has given hint, that it's actually something that you can deliberately create. Well, we've known this for centuries. We know, and the reason now it goes into reality. So listen, let's touch on reality for a second. We're going to read an excerpt from this book so you can learn. By the way, you should, if the lottery is your game and you're manifesting it, you will do it. This is the guide you should all have, all right? Put it, you can get it on Amazon, put the pin link below. So listen, reality, chapter 3. Your mind is a very powerful tool. It has unique capability to process thoughts. Thoughts become things. Nothing exists without a thought. Your thoughts create energy. Energy is the byproduct of particles, atoms, electrons, which exist in your body right now as we speak. That makes you who you are. The neural pathway of your brain, your neuron cells, they adapt to your belief system. They generate your world. A belief is something you hold to be true within you. So if you believe you'll win, you will win. I mean, this video must be confirmation, because this will only find individuals that are practicing or on this path to manifesting that. Okay? The brain works through repetition. Okay? So I'm just giving you a brief synopsis of reality. But here's the one I want you to get. How can things be and feel physically real? This is part I want you to pay attention to. Okay, let's talk about atoms. So I'm reading something from my book. Every single thing is composed of these particles, atoms in your body, a chair, a phone, a tree. Within each particle is a kind of repelling force between the positive and the negative charges. When you are touching or feeling something, your brain is sending a signal to the neurons. Your brain interprets that signal. If you touch an object, the particles in your hand and within the objects, they repel each other, positive, negative, and you feel the repulsion which your brain dictates to you as touch. Yeah, can anyone understand that, right? That's what science says now. That's a fact. We learn that now with experiments. So here is the biggest sign that your biggest win is right here, right now. And the universe works when you manifest in lottery. It works in a specific way. So anything you manifest, it conforms to your reality. I'll give you an example. If you're manifesting, let's say, being a successful real estate investor or successful entrepreneur or anything like that, you will see around your world signs, things will show up on your social media feed about six-figure businesses, tools to manifest a business, things to do, tricks and trade of manifesting businesses. It's all going to show up on you because that's what you're entangled with. So this goes from money. Yeah, if you're manifesting the lottery and money is the same concept. So if you're manifesting money or the lottery, then this is the video that will help you to do that. So anything with abundance will show up in your feed. So you become entangled with it. That's very important. When you're entangled with something, it means your subconscious mind has pinpointed that thing as a mission to create, as a mission to bring into your existence. Okay, a lottery. So what you get entangled with when you're manifesting a lottery, and this is the sign that will show you that you are on the path to winning, is mathematical numbers. You see them as angel numbers, or we call them synchronicity. So let me go to my book and show you. So the one thing that the universe uses to translate anything is numbers. It's all about mathematics. And it wasn't something we've invented, but something we discovered. Numbers will pop up for you, and you don't have to look for them. Oh, and you'll probably get crazy at the beginning, and then they'll start to get used to it. So here are some examples of the numbers that you may start to see popping up around you. So many of you will start to see the triple ones, anything with the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, the fives, the six, the sevens. But let's focus on these two numbers, the eights and the nines and the ones. So when you're manifesting this lottery thing, any number you see with sevens, eights, and nines in them, or ones, or you may see triple ones, you may see a combination, you may see 7, 7, 8, 8, you may see 7, 9, 9, 7, you may see 8, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8. If you're seeing combinations of 7, 8s, 9s, and 1s, that is the cheat code that you are about to win. Whoa. How is this possible? What is this guy talking about? How am I going to win? Well, you see, when you see the sevens, it's miracles on the way. When you see the eights, flow, power, abundance, lots of money. You see eights, you're aligned with money. When you see the 7, evolution, wisdom, luck, because on your side, you are on the ultimate path. Keep doing what you're doing. When you see the 9s, it's culmination. It means everything has come together. You're being nudged. Something spectacular, something immediate will unlock you next step. When you're seeing the ones, it's telling you self-trust, your intuition manifesting. It's quickly, it's aligning. So check this out. Let's talk about the nines though. I you know, on my other channel there, I was getting so many nines there, right? So here's the thing I want you to understand about this. If you're manifesting a lottery and you start to see a lot of nines and you see a lot of eights, you see the sevens and a combination, they're all mixed up, man. It means that the universe or your higher self is speaking to you and is telling you that you're about to enter a shift, what we call a night and day. I call it the rags to riches theme. Rags to riches, 9 meaning imminent change. That can only occur for someone who's manifesting large, abundant changes. So that means if you're someone that's manifesting money, abundance, the lottery, and you see the nines, get ready. It's on its way to you. So what do you do in the meantime when you see that? All you have to do, my friends, is you trust the process. There's nothing really for you to do. You've already done the work. The only thing you do when you're manifesting a jackpot or anything of abundance, a financially, a lottery thing, stick to your budget, stick to your routine, get your tickets, detach from the outcome, go behind the scenes, watch it unfold. That's it. There's nothing else you should be able to do. You do not let your own mind filter and give you resistance. You cannot do that. The thing with the mind is, the mind is not on the same path as your desires. Your own mind is not on a frequency for you to get what you want, man. Especially something like manifesting the lottery. There's a stigma being put out there that it's a game of luck or chance, man. So naturally, your mind is a logical mind. It's a structural mind. It is going to be analytical. It's going to analyze. It's going to come back and tell you, no way, my friend. This can't work. This isn't going to work. I can't see any logical way. I'm looking at the odds. I'm looking at the probabilities. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at that. But here's what your mind is not looking at. Your mind is not looking at the truth of how reality works. Don't blame your mind. You can't blame your mind for what it lacks, which is limitless. Your mind is only processing what it's known to process. Your mind has only been given a little bit of the game. Your mind, though, cannot have the whole game. The whole game is not available to your mind. It's impossible. So that's something you have to keep in mind, is that you can't always listen to your mind. Don't go listening to your mind to fulfill your biggest dreams and desires. It will cut you short. Instead, build your own desires and dreams to make them realistic for you to manifest. Instead, use the mind as a catalyst to implant your desires into your subconscious mind. That's the mind you want to focus on. That's the mind that will bring you your wishes and your desires. Because in the subconscious, it knows the truth that your mind does not know. Your subconscious have a big secret. It wants to tell your mind a secret, but your mind is just too... I'll put it to you like this. Let's think about this. Let's say you knew something, right, that was very powerful, that would just alter your entire existence. And you know this thing that you know is so powerful that if you go tell a regular person, they can't handle it. Right? Because you're saying to yourself, man, I can't tell people this. This is just going to shatter their whole belief system. Some people might take it the wrong way. They may get emotional. I just can't tell them this. Well, that's what your subconscious mind does with your mind. Your subconscious mind says, I know the truth, but I can't tell the mind the truth. So you know what the truth is? Here's the truth that your subconscious knows. Your subconscious knows that there isn't one world. There isn't one reality. It knows that there exist infinite, infinite amounts of outcomes. Probability will turn to actuality. It knows there exists for every decision, for every thought, for every image, for every scenario, for everything that you decide and you didn't decide. Your unconscious mind knows it branches off into a new universe or reality. And not only it branches off, but it takes a copy of you into that world where you are doing that thing. So it means, technically, now here's what it means. It means that there is a version of you right this minute as I am speaking to you that have already manifested that money, that have already won that jackpot that you're attempting to win, and it is happening right now. And here's news for you. It's not happening somewhere out there. It's actually happening right around you here. The reason you can't see it or detect it is because here's another thing about the multiverse. It works on frequencies. Frequencies are like different levels of existence with different rules of physics. So it's like if your brain is accustomed to one image, it will always see that image. If your brain isn't, I got to make the easiest way for you to understand. All right. Let's do it this way. Let's say you have a radio, right? And you know you could preset your stations, right? Like say you're going through the stations, right? And you find your 3 favorite stations and you lock them in. You put them on like number 1, number 2, number 3. So when you put your radio on, you automatically have your 3 stations. You go, I'm going to put number 1 station, beep, it comes up, number 2, beep, number 3. But you innately know that there are like other radio stations out there, but you just didn't choose to lock into those stations. Your frequency is on 1, 2, or 3, right? So if you go on station 1, okay, you're on station 1, the other stations are still playing out there. You're just not tuned into them. The only way you can tune to those stations if you turn and adjust and tune the frequency to get to those stations. That's the same way reality works, similar to that. So what happens is your brain, our brain, the only difference is our brain is tuned to a specific frequency station. And it is called radio station 3D. That's where we live, 3-dimensional Earth. So there's 4D radio station, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9D, 10D. And then we go into dimensions, and then we go into the possibilities. We go into the actualities. However, your brain can only experience one frequency at a time. Your brain can't jump to that parallel frequency where you've already won. But nonetheless, it exists. So what's the point of this? If my brain can't turn to the frequency where I've won, how am I going to win? Well, there's a cheat code to this. You can't physically become 2 things at once. However, you can energetically become 2 things at once. So what you do is, the universe is a self-correcting code, and I've been telling you guys this right for the longest, right? I said, guys, the universe, self-correcting code, self-correcting code. What does the guy means? It means that the universe always works. Thank you, $2. Thank you, guys. Yes, yes. Now the chats are coming in. Good to see that. So what happens is you energetically move to the frequency of the wind. So when you energetically move to the frequency of the wind, your consciousness goes into that realm, sees the information of the wind, takes the information from that frequency, transmutes it to this frequency, renders this frequency to match the frequency where you just won. That's how you manifest anything with the lottery. So now you can see it's not a game of luck or chance. See, that's the biggest secret. Everything works in that way. Everything is connected and everything is on a frequency level. There is no other way it works. So now you know, okay, good. We got a friend here that Kadeen says, yes, I'm already a winner. So now you know you're a winner. What's the next step? The next step is just basically aligning yourself to that frequency. Aligning yourself to the frequency means getting on the road to your destination. The destination has already been made for you. The destination is made up, set up already. You're on your way to do it. So here are some things to align you on that way. Keep optimistic. Believe in yourself. Accept that it's your birthright to have abundance. Know that you'll win. Know that you'll have it. Know it's your destiny. Whatever you got to do, whatever it takes to get your mind in that state, say it. Because that will put your mind on the trajectory to get it. Thank you, Francesca, $9.99. Here goes those nines keep showing up again. You have to keep boosting yourself up mentally to get what you want. Because the reason you have to keep boosting yourself up mentally, guys, is because your thoughts create your world. So if you keep telling yourself, I know I'm destined to win. I know it's my purpose to win. I've already won. Look how the universe is helping me. Why is the universe manifesting me to win the lottery? Why is the lottery manifesting me? Why am I so lucky at winning? Those, you call them boosting yourself up. Boosting yourself works. Yeah, so you're right here. It's normal for me to win. It's normal for me to have what I desire. You're boosting. So it's like you're driving on the highway, and then what you're doing, you're putting your car in sport mode. You're just going faster to get to your destination, which has already been predetermined by your intention. See, as Earthling says, I know it's my destiny to enjoy the manifestation win. Now you guys have the right mindset. That's the mindset I had to cultivate on my journey to winning. Every time I had to boost myself up. Even though my mind would try to boost me down, I'd have to boost it up. Because the truth is, I just gave you the truth. The truth is that I realized that my mind didn't know about the infinite realities. And that it couldn't process those because it was illogical to my mind. My mind is logic, man. So my mind can only entertain things that are logic. You can't entertain things that are illogical. But illogical is where the truth and the secret really lies. Illogical is where the real stuff happens. So when I innately knew that, I said, wait a minute. So I gotta stop listening to my logic because it's just gonna lead me to logic. Logic is just gonna lead me to limitation, which is lack in my mind. So I said, so what can I do with my mind? I said, oh, I'm gonna use my mind. I'm gonna use my logic mind to make illogic stuff. That's all I did. So how did I use my logical mind to make a logical manifestation? I visualize. The only way you can make something illogical is through emotions and images. I became really good at visualizing. I became really good at my imagination. I started to imagine as often as possible. I would imagine when I'm going to bed. I would imagine when I woke up. I would imagine during the day. And it would just feel normal. It felt good. It felt like this is going to happen for me. And I just kept going. And then there are times come in when my mind will say, it's taking too long. This ain't going to happen. Then I'll just go back and boost myself up again. And I'll tell my mind, well, I got to remember your logic. So you're going to see things in a limited way. I know how the universe works. Then I go back to science. I look at quantum physics again to reinforce my belief, to reinforce my knowing. And I just kept on that trajectory. No retreat, no surrender. You have to take it to make it. What do I mean by that? You can listen. I'm telling you right now. If you're watching this is your confirmation you're gonna win. It sounds cliche, but here's the truth, man. Anything you want, right? State it as it's already yours in a question. Pull it. Make it yours. Make it have no option but to come to you. Don't give it any chance to leave you. Tell it your mind. Remind it that it's your servant. Remind it that I'm creating you. Remind it that you are in charge of it. Remind it you're the boss. It obeys you. I mean, that's the mindset you got to have to manifest it. You got to have a mindset that you know you already won, not you believe you're going to win. Believe is child's play with this. It's knowing. And listen, so I'll say it again. When we move from belief and we get to knowing, what are the signs that you're in a knowing state? What are the signs that you know you'll win? Those numbers, man. If you keep seeing those synchronicity numbers, you have moved from belief to knowing. Now it's not if you're going to win. Now we move into when you will win. I call that the home stretch. I call that the fourth quarter. Crunch time. 2-minute drill. You're under 2 minutes to win. You're last 2 minutes of the game, and you're gonna the final score will say winner. Thank you, Malka. $9.99. Down to the pennies. Here's a super chat for the winner. Thank you. That's right, like down to the pennies. That's the game of manifesting the lottery, man. Because the lottery, manifesting the lottery is unconventional, man. There's no, I mean, I'm the one that's putting out the PDF on this stuff. I'm the one that's putting the science behind this. Previously, before, there's people like, oh, I lucked up. You know, it's unconventional because it's not something that's taught like that. No one comes out and tell you. I mean, I don't know if you met anybody that comes out and tell you and teach you that, hey, man, you could actually create and manifest hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, and you don't need luck to do it. And you don't have to spend a bunch of money. You can use $1 and win. All you got to do is use your mind and your consciousness and to orchestrate your win. I don't know if anybody else is doing that. If there is, I'm happy. That's good. The message has been spread out. Unconventional things call for unconventional methods. When you discover something new and life-changing, you have to adapt on the go. It's revolutionary. Your mind have to take a different step, and this is what you're doing. To win the lottery, to manifest it, you have to be in a different state of mind. First state of mind, this is the mindset you have to be in to manifest money in the lottery. You have to literally, when you get up in the morning, everything you see around you have to be abundant. You cannot see anything in lack, my friends. People, you're manifesting life-changing money, fortune. You can't be in lack to get that stuff. You're going to have to be a little delusional. Unconventional calls for what? Listen, let me remind you something. Just over 100 years ago, we believed and we thought and we made our world around a physical reality. It's called Newtonian physics. Just a little 100 years ago. Now, we've discovered that there is no such thing as a physical world. We split the worlds now in two. We have the macro world and we have the micro world. We understand, and now we know that the world is energy. It's transparent. It's translucent. It's a hologram. There is no physical reality. There's no physical structure anymore. Over 100 years, a little 100 years back, we thought we lived in a physical world. So this is one of those transitional points where you're realizing that, wait a minute, this is a new era where I can deliberately create something that I thought was a game of luck or chance or odds. It's a cheat code. So the first mindset is every day you get up, and I'll give you a tip to see things in abundance. Here's a simple. Abundance just doesn't mean money now, okay? Money's a part of abundance, but here's the trick. If you look outside your window, The first thing that you can say that will give you abundance, it says, just do this. Go take a deep breath like this and say, wow, there's abundance of oxygen and nitrogen in the atmosphere. I'm breathing. You gotta be an abundance of oxygen or else you'd be dead. I gotta be abundance, can't be lack of that or we wouldn't be here. It's tricking your brain now to see abundance. Next thing, damn, look at all these trees with all these little leaves. That's an abundance of nature. Look at the grass. That's an abundance. Whoa, you cut it, it grows back. That's like infinite abundance. You're tapping into the field. You're walking. Wow, look at that penny on the floor. Man, there's an abundance of money. Yes, thank you. It's money. Wow, I just discovered something. I'm on the internet. I'm on my Wi-Fi. It's connected worldwide. There's an abundance of information. Okay, next one. Well, wait a minute. If I'm on the Wi-Fi and I'm connected to the internet, my phone has a Wi-Fi. Everything now is done through Wi-Fi. So that means that electromagnetic energy from the radio waves and those waves that create the Wi-Fi, they're actually going through my body, right? So if they're going through my body, wow, that means bank transfers. These banks, businesses that are sending their money wirelessly, they're also going through my body. So that means I have billions of dollars wirelessly just transferred and went through my body. Millions of dollars just went through my body. I have the whole world economy just went through my body because more banking and everything's now done online. They transfer money online. So somebody just transferred $1 billion through me right now. Wait a minute, somebody transferred 10 million, 5 million. Trillions of dollars are being transferred through me right now as I speak. Do you ever think about that? Well, you need to start thinking about that because that's the way it works. And that's the truth. You see, guys, it's your perception and your perspective. That will take you to manifesting the money. Because it's a fact. Right now, trillions of dollars have passed through your body. And when it passed through you, guess what it did? It took some of you with it. Did you even think of that? $100 million just passed through me. Trillions of dollars just passed through me, just passed through you. And it took a part of you with it. If it took a part of me with it, that means I have billions of dollars. I'm connected to that. You're entangled. It's now become entangled with you. Okay, Mark, if that's true, why don't I experience it? Because you didn't know until I told you. Okay, Mark, so now you tell me why am I not experiencing it? Because you didn't activate it, how to do it. Okay, Mark, how do I activate how to do it? By first accepting it. Second, believing it. Third, knowing it. Fourth, visualizing it. Fifth, letting it go. It comes right back to you. Greta Twins, 199. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Are you guys seeing how this stuff works? That type of thinking made me win the lottery. That type of thinking manifests a whole bunch of abundance in my life. That type of thinking took me to a new level of awareness. So if you're hearing anything I'm saying, if you're understanding, this guy's talking about changing the way I see things, changing the way I observe things, changing the way I think about things, then it will change the way my life runs. It'll change my reality. But the big question is, why does it work and it doesn't make sense? That's even more fascinating. What you say, I understand it, but it just doesn't make sense. I get it. Yeah, you're right. We do bank transfers every day. There's digital currencies. It goes into the air. But Mark, it's also going through the trees. It's going through the rocks. I get it's going through me. But how's that going to help me, bro? I can't see the money. I can't experience the money. So if all the money's going through me right now, why am I not a millionaire? Why am I not a billionaire? That's the question, right? What's the answer? The answer may shock you, my friends. Here's the answer. What you fail to realize is you are already the millionaire and the billionaire. You just haven't accepted it to be realistic for you. I'll repeat it again. You're already a millionaire and a billionaire. It just isn't realistic for you. Let me teach you something. You can only ever manifest whatever is realistic to you. If it's not realistic to you, it's not going to come to you. That's how your subconscious mind works. Look, you want me to get deeper? Okay, look into your own life. Go examine your life right now. Your life is a sum of what you think is realistic to you. If you're making $50,000 a year, that's because that's realistic to you. You're making $50,000, but you want to make $100,000. The reason you're not making $100,000 is because that's not realistic to you. You have placed a cap on your own mind. You want to make $1 million? It's not realistic to you. That's it. The minute you make it realistic, meaning make it normal, make it feel like it's supposed to happen. And as I said on my last channel, if you want to know the secret to make something realistic to your life, so if you want to go from 50,000 to 100,000 to $1 million, whatever it is that you want to desire in your life, it's real simple to do that. I mean, you guys watched my last channel, right? What's the answer? I gave you the answer on the last channel. How do I make something realistic, Mark? Can anyone tell me the process to make something realistic so it can come into my life? Thank you, Johnny Young. See this name? Johnny Young. You guys got it. 888. You've already attached yourself to money and abundance. I keep telling you guys, if you want to bring money and abundance and lottery on your screen names and your social media names, put these high angel numbers next to them, man. Johnny 444-779-222-55-888-7878. You've entangled yourself with money and success. So go ahead. How do you make something realistic that's unrealistic? No, you got it. You answer the question, you make it normal, but I want to know how. There's steps to do this. There's something you have to do to make this become normal or realistic to you. Some of you guys are from the Mark Horton channel, so maybe some of you didn't get the answer. So let me put the answer to you again. Let me get close. If you want something to be realistic for you, so 2 ways to do it. 2 ways. Wait, let me stop. I'm getting some downloads here. Excuse me. 2 primarily ways to do it, but there's more. But here's the 2 most important ways. Number 1, by feeling it. Number 2, by imagining it. Number 3, repeating it. Let me give you an example. If you can imagine something in your head that was unrealistic to you, but by the way, when anything goes into your imagination, there's no cap on it. It moves from unrealistic to realistic. Because if it's in your imagination, it can only be there if it's realistic. Nothing can come into your imagination if it's not realistic. So we get that out of the hand. So if you can imagine yourself winning the lottery jackpot, it's realistic. But it hasn't been realistic to your conscious mind yet. So what do? You want to get it to be, you want to get the realistic to move to your conscious mind, because your conscious mind is what you're going to use to impress the subconscious. That's the issue. So to make anything realistic is by imagining it over and over, and then that will seep into your subconscious and create an emotion of normality. When it becomes normal, basically what normal means is it's possible. When it becomes a possibility, then it goes to your conscious mind. Your conscious mind now takes it out of the realm of unrealistic to maybe and possible. That's all you need from the conscious mind. Your conscious mind doesn't have to fully buy into it. It just needs to say, maybe it can happen, maybe it's possible. That's all you need from that little part. That's it. The rest is handled in your unconscious mind. And now you will become that millionaire, that billionaire, making all that money, winning the lottery, changing your business, getting high clients, trading. It all comes now. Because the mind can only manifest what's realistic. The mind cannot manifest fantasy. Fantasy does not exist in the mind. What do I mean by fantasy does not exist in the mind? Fantasy is a fantasy of the mind. Fantasy to the mind means untouchable, unreachable, teasing, hopeful, wishing, hoping, praying. Those things don't come into physical reality, my friends. And I can prove it to you. I haven't found one person yet that fantasized, hope, and wish and did it, and it manifested. Hasn't happened yet. But I have found people that turned it to being realistic and think it's supposed to happen for them and see it as their destiny and see it as their path and see it as expected. And I see it happen a lot. So that's how I know it's true. So, manifesting a lottery, become entangled with it. If you have your name on social media as Janet something, Mark something, change it. Put Mark 888-777. Show the universe, show the field that you're entangled with what you want. I just told you, mathematics, numbers, synchronicities. The more synchronized you with numbers, the more you win. The more you're going to win. Because if you're putting 888, you're telling the field, money come my way. The field has to put it back to you. The field is a mirror, it's reflecting. So you only manifest things that are normal and that are realistic. You cannot manifest anything that is fantasy. It doesn't work because your mind isn't set up to work like that. I'm giving you the news now that the Matrix set you up. The Matrix duped you on that level. So if you're following the Matrix and they're telling you fantasize about what you want, it's not going to happen. They're playing you. They're just leading you on down the line and just go ahead, fantasize, It's not going to happen. But keep your fantasy. That's impossible. That's impossible to happen because your mind isn't set up to work in that way. The only things manifest is the way the mind is set up to work and operate. And this is how your mind is set up. You got to know that you know, as Earthly says here. Once you know, it's a done deal. Now you just coast. And now it becomes not if you win, it becomes when you win. If you want to increase your visualization, my friends, practice it. Repeat it. Your brain will adapt and learn. Many of you haven't visualized correctly. Many of you visualize repeatedly. So this is something new to a lot of individuals. But remember, your brain is like a muscle, man. Just like your brain does things by repetition. So someone may say, well, I'm not good at visualizing. That's because you haven't done it a lot. You haven't practiced it. You haven't opened those neurons. You haven't opened that part of the brain to expand it. It's called neuroplasticity. Once you start to impress the brain, it's going to create like physical pathways, and you start to become good at it. Just like riding a bicycle. The first time you got on a bicycle, you fell off. But your brain is very smart and adaptive. Your brain says, just keep trying. Let's keep doing it. Not trying, I don't use the word trying, but let's keep repeating the process. And before you know it, you become an expert bicycle rider or driving a car. When you first learn to drive a car, that's the process of your brain adapting. If you get stuck with your visualization, stop, repeat it again. It'll fix itself. All right. So guys, that's how you know you will win big. And I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.